Hello, Sagittarians, and welcome to your reading for the week of January 20th to 26th. As I was preparing, the guides showed me an image, and it was of a pressure cooker. But then all of a sudden, it turned into just a regular big old pot that's on the stove. And you're stirring it, and you're stirring it ever so slowly, and you're gazing out the window, and you're looking at the horizon, and you're you don't really know what you're looking at, and you don't really know what the horizon offers. It's almost like you're just in a sort of neutral state. You're not detached, you're not aloof, you're just in kind of a neutral state, not really knowing what you're looking at or where you're going. And that's the feeling of this reading. It feels as though you have been in a pressure cooker for some time. And whether or not it's a specific situation or just a way of thinking, what I'm feeling is that something has happened to, or will soon happen, for some of the Sagittarius collective to take the lid off the pressure cooker, okay? And just turn it into a regular simmering pot. And what it seems to me here is that as I'm looking at your cards, it moves just from that image into that sense of you are going to be able to make choices about where you go and what you need to be able to do in order to decide where you're going to go is just stir the pot ever so gently. Let things simmer. But as I'm looking at the cards here, it also seems really important that you realize wherever you're going. What's super important is that in order to decide where you're going to go, in order to allow the reality of where you want to be really come to light so you can make choices, is stay in contact with that wise part of you. Stay in contact with the higher frequency, with your wise self. So if you're not meditating or doing something to stay in touch with the part of you that you consider sacred, and let me reframe that because some people might not say they have that part of them. Stay in touch with what you perceive as sacred in the world around you. Okay? Staying in that frequency, staying in that vibration is going to allow you to have much more of a sense of where you want to go. You're being told that you don't have to have guilt about changing and about making choices that are very much for you, for your heart, for your sense of right in yourself. And that it's in the past you've often experienced, I will say pain, certainly a sense of struggle in order to do the right thing and get to the right place and achieve what you need to achieve, whether it's academically or work-wise or just in terms of what your obligations to other people are in the world. You've struggled a lot. There's been a lot of emotional pain associated with that. And you may not even have identified it as I'm in pain around it, but you might have experienced it as a sense of being driven and a lack of joy, which for a Sagittarian, you're meant to be playful. That's part of your energy. So when that goes away, that actually is painful for you because it's like your real nature is being compromised. The cards that you're getting here are saying, look at those things. You've got, do I want to? Notice your choices. And then you've got, who says, why not? So if you're looking at this and you're going, okay, yeah, I could do that, I could do that, I could do that, but do I want to? You might say yes, you might say no, but really ask yourself, do I want to? Check back in with that part of you that is centered, that is grounded, that is that knowing, intuitive, wise part of you. Because I believe you do know it's there, and I believe you do have a feel for it. Notice your choices. Where do you start making choices that are not about you feeling good? And why are you doing that? Is there a reason for it? Is it an old pattern that you're looking at? Is it something from the past? Is it just habitual? Or can you make another choice? Can you make another choice that is geared towards a future, geared towards a change in your perspective of what your responsibilities are and what you're allowed to do? Because that's it. It's like, why not? Who says? Set yourself free from internal rules that say no. Set yourself free from the external faces you imagine enforce these no's. Take note of what and who they are, but then say yes to yourself. This is really very much about you putting yourself first, but first not in a way that is mean, but you might feel that it's selfish because you're so used to taking care and so used to doing whatever you need to do. It's time not to have guilt about putting yourself first. And what you're being told right down the middle of this reading is risk success, act as though everything you do might be the best possible choice. Commit to it, engage in life, willing to take the chances that will move you forward to whatever success you desire, or even the fulfillment of one you've not yet identified. And I think that is key here, because I think you have not identified a lot of what is truly connected to your joyful, playful, wonderful attitude. It's like, it doesn't have to be that over here in these brief moments, if you have them at all, and then this. It's, can you bring this into something, or can you allow this to shape into something that provides room for this so the two can be together? You're being told quantum leap of faith. So risk success, act as though everything you do is just the right thing. Quantum leap of faith. This means that beyond logical expectation, beyond the linear projections of our minds, there's a place of free fall. Here you trust that what feels like leaping into the unknown void is really sailing on the winds of the infinite, unlimited benevolence, which will guide you wisely to your best and most graceful landing. Okay, quantum leap of faith, my dears. And then you've got angels everywhere. Today, imagine that everyone you meet is an angel sent to you by some benevolent force for your own best good. That says to me, okay, yes, if we were doing that as an awareness activity, yes. But within the cards, within the spread that I'm doing for you, this is really saying, expect that you are going to be guided divinely, that there will be angels or beings, spiritual or in person, to put you on your path to help you really let go of the guilt and to move forward with the ability to say, I'm going to make my own choices. I'm going to make the choices that make me feel good. I'm going to really keep checking in with myself to make sure I don't slide back into the old way. And I'm going to look at all the voices in my head and all the faces in my mind that have told me I should be doing it differently. Okay? I get for some of you this will be a cultural thing. But for a lot of people, it will just simply be, these were the rules that you were told were valuable, were virtuous, were going to make you acceptable to your parents, to your family, that this is what would make you valuable in society. You are waking up out of that. And you are starting to be able to move into something where you go, you know what? Maybe it doesn't have to be like that. Why did I think it? What would I really like it to be? And this is where you get to go, Sagittarius. This is where you get to go. Keep in mind, please, that, and this is something that they just threw into my head again, is that whatever the situation was that created the pressure cooker for you is part of what has amplified and brought to light the kinds of patterns, beliefs that have turned your life into a pressure cooker, or turned a period of your life recently into a pressure cooker. That these are being exacerbated, amplified, so that you can see them. This is not just about changing this behavior now around this issue. This is about really looking at foundational issues about what your core beliefs are, about who you're allowed to be, and how you can allow your deeper self to inform your life rather than other people's values, or what your old story was that you garnered from various different places as you were growing up, told you should be. This is about you looking at your old story now, realistically seeing it because of the pressure cooker, and now saying, and what am I going to do about it for me? Okay? I think this is really beautiful. And I'm going to stop talking now because I tend to ramble. I hope this helps you, Sagittarius. I think this is really, really leading you towards enjoying yourself in a way without the burden and struggle of responsibility that you took on in the same way before. And I leave you with that. Take care. God bless. Good luck.